The reason that you cannot stay consistent has nothing to do with motivation, and it has everything to do with the way your brain actually works. So let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carson. I started this channel basically as a way to talk about the lessons and mistakes that I'm making. That way you can hopefully avoid making those same mistakes and become the best version of yourself just a little bit faster. Now, a lot of people, me included a lot of the time, think that we are lazy or broken because we can't stay consistent. We tell ourselves we're going to do something, we do it for a couple of days, and then we fall short. Maybe we say, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym consistently starting now. I'm on that road to 200. I'm about to get huge. You do it for a few days, you do very, very good, you feel good, then life happens and you stop. The truth is that most of the time it's not a consistency issue per se, or a fact that I don't have the motivation to do it. I just can't stay consistent with it. You've trained your brain to continue in that cycle. It's the way your brain now works. So there's something, it's called Hebb's Law, I believe is how it's pronounced. But basically what it states is that neurons that fire together wire together. So what does this mean and why am I bringing this up? Every time that you skip something, whether that be a workout, whether that be some work you have to do, your homework, whatever it may be, you train yourself to skip. So the more repetitions you have of something, the more it feels like who you are and your character, meaning that the barrier to doing it and the resistance to doing it gets less and less. Now this happens on both the negative side as well as the positive side. The same rule applies. So, simply put, if you skip a workout, it's going to train your brain to think that skipping a workout is not that big of a deal. Now, if you work out and you do that workout when you said you were going to, then it's going to train you that that is what you do, that is who you are. It doesn't matter how small it is. Every time that you show up, you wire yourself to stay consistent. So now you can see why I'm separating this from discipline and motivation and turning this into more of a scientific perspective of we can wire our brains to make doing these things more easy. That way it doesn't require as much discipline or require as much motivation to do it because it's just who we are. We're taking it outside of how we feel in the moment and just becoming that person. So, how this really came to life for me. How did I learn this? Well, it took me many, many years, and I failed a lot trying to do this. There were so many times where I started a new thing, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to stay consistent with this, and I didn't. One of the biggest things where this happened to me in life was with content. Honestly, if I learned this principle a lot earlier on, I would be way further ahead than I am now. But that's life, I guess, right? So I would set these goals for myself. I'd get in these phases where I'm super motivated and super excited about filming content. And I would do it. I'd go on some spurts of maybe 1, 2 months, 3 months at a time. But then after that, I would just fall off. And I couldn't quite figure out why that was. Which forced me to sit down and really look into it. I was like, why am I just not motivated anymore? Well, I learned that motivation fades. And I need to build discipline instead. So I'm like, okay, I'm building discipline. I'm doing these things to build more discipline. Why am I still failing? And it's because I was not making it my character. I was not making it who I was to be consistent. Consistency is an identity. If you can convince yourself that you are consistent, then you will be consistent in all areas of your life. You're never going to be consistent or learn to be consistent by waiting for motivation and only acting when you have peak motivation, when you're feeling your best, when you're excited, when you have a new workout plan you're excited to try. You have to do it day in and day out. You need to be consistent, and you become consistent by acting like you are consistent today. The day's never going to come where a switch is going to flip and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm consistent now. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. You have to fake it till you make it, I like to say. Fake it till you make it today that you're consistent, and your actions for the remainder of your week, month, years, life will start to be more in line with that identity that you're telling yourself. We can trick ourselves into changing our actions, which in turn change our life, which is, I'm assuming, what we're all here for. So, my challenge for you today, pick one thing, just one thing that you've been inconsistent with, whatever it is, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's your homework, whether it's work, whether it's talking to people and getting yourself out there. Pick one thing and just make one small step towards it to prove to yourself that you can be consistent. Even if it's as small as doing 1 rep in the gym, or doing 1 question on your homework, or doing outreach to 1 person for some sort of business you want to do. Just take that first step and show yourself that you can be consistent, and do that every single day. I'm telling you right now, you watching this video, whoever it is, you are consistent. And I want you to truly believe that within yourself, and your actions are going to align with that. Now, for those of you who struggle with consistency a lot and know yourself, and you don't know if you're going to even be able to be consistent to prove to yourself that you're consistent, then there's a little quiz down in the description of this video. It's essentially, it takes 60 seconds. It's going to show you why you're stuck and how to actually break free with actionable steps. So take a look at that. Super easy. It's completely free. It takes like 60 seconds, and it will give you that actionable first step that you can take to actually break free. Don't just watch these videos and expect stuff to change. It's not going to happen. You have to take action. So for those of you who are serious about a change, check that out, and hopefully it's able to help you. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I hope you learned at least one thing new, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.